ಓಕೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ವೇನೋ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರೋಹಿಣಿ ಸರ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಸೌಂಡೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇದು ಅದು ಓಪನ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ 11 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅವರು ಮಾತಾಡು
हो गया? Good morning. Good morning and warm welcome to you all. I, Ms. Jyoti Karunke, your host for today. We'll continue with our 116th virtual webinar. Topic will be awareness in health insurance. We shall be taken by Dr. Rohini Sakpal. She will be covering introduction of health insurance, what are the benefits of health insurance, awareness about fraudulent activity in health insurance, and last will be the question and answer session. Let's quickly go through the agenda. Virtual inauguration by Dr. Sundar Kataria, invoking the blessing of deity, chanting of Gayatri Mantra, introduction of speaker by Ms. Jyoti Karunke, presentation by Dr. Rohini Sakpal, question and answer session, and last will be the closing session. A brief introduction about Dr. Sundar Kataria. Sadhguru Sangh conceived and led by Dr. Sundar Kataria, driven with a mission to elevate the quality, safety, and environmental awareness levels of industry. Sadhguru Sangh is a series of educative, informative events aiming to illuminate professionals on possible solutions to current issues of industry and economy. He is a chairman and managing director of International Certification Services Private Limited. He is doctorate in business management and mechanical engineering. Rajasthan Atomic Power Project, India's first nuclear power plant, RAPP, at Rawat Bata, Kota, built by Indian engineers. He has worked as nuclear scientist for 11 years and successfully completed and commissioned the plant. Engineers India Limited, first batch of engineers to develop Bombay High offshore oil and gas fields, mega offshore complex platform, trunk and submarine lines, underwater inspection and indigenization oil and gas equipment, etc. DNV World, he has worked for 17 years at various capacity for the certification of fixed offshore installations, submarine pipelines, onshore projects, and personal qualification. ICS, he is a founder of India's first certification conformance assessment body established in the year 1999, provider of total quality solution. Certification of management system, ISO, inspection, testing, and training qualification of personnel. He has received Lifetime Achievement Award for the contribution for the cohesion technologies from NIST International by NIGIS under NIST USA. Social worker, protection of life, asset, environmental, and safety. Now I request Dr. Sundar Kataria to virtually inaugurate the session.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Please join us for the recitation of the Gayatri Mantra.
But
brief introduction of the keynote speaker. Dr. Rohini Sappar. She is a Deputy General Manager at ICS Assure Services Private Limited. Her academic qualification is BMS, postgraduate in hospital and healthcare management. She has more than 10 years of experience in insurance claims, which includes working with health insurance sector to analyze the case and conclude whether payable or not, to do cost savings and detection for fraud. 7 years of clinical experience, including her own clinic and RMP at Tertiary Hospital. Please welcome Dr. Rohini Sappar, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Jyoti, for my introduction.
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel it's my gratitude to express my gratitude towards the ICS team for calling me once again on this platform and deliver the speech on health insurance.
Ma'am, with your permission, can I share the screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Okay, Jyoti. Thank you. So today's topic is Introduction to Health Insurance and Frauds in the Health Insurance Industry. Next slide, Jyoti. Next slide, please.
Yeah, it's done, ma'am. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible. Yeah, Jyoti. Next slide, please, Jyoti.
Oh, ma'am, already I started.
Yeah.
Just
Next slide.
give me a minute. Ma'am.
Yeah,
Just a minute.
Yeah. What is health insurance? The concept of insurance is closely concerned with the security. Insurance acts as a shield against the risk and unforeseen circumstances. Now, this health insurance policy, it extends the coverage against the medical expenses incurred owing to the accidents, illness, or injury. Any individual can avail such a policy against monthly or annual premium payments for a specific period of time. During this period, if an insured meets with an accident or is diagnosed with a severe ailment, the expenses incurred for the treatment purpose are borne by the insurance provider itself. The health insurance industry is expanding today, and many insurance companies in India are offering various health insurance policies to the customer
Ma'am, sorry for
per
the.
their needs.
Hello.
Yes, Jyoti. Yes, Jyoti.
Ma'am, it's echo. So just give me a minute, ma'am.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Ma'am, is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible now.
Yeah. Shall I go to the next slide?
Yes, Jyoti. Okay. What is health insurance? Health insurance is a concept that is closely concerned with the security. Insurance acts as a shield against the risk and unforeseen circumstances. A health insurance policy extends coverage against medical expenses incurred owing to the accidents, illness, or injury. An individual can avail such a policy against monthly or annual premium payment for a specified tenure. During this period, if the insured meets with an accident or is diagnosed with a severe ailment, the expenses incurred for the treatment purpose are borne by the insurance provider itself. The health insurance industry is expanding today, and many insurance companies in India are offering various health insurance policies to the customers as per their needs. Earlier, health insurance policy covered medical expenses incurred only in India, but now some policies offer coverage for treatments abroad as well. Next slide, Jyoti. Importance of health insurance. It provides security to human life, which is of prime importance to every individual. It is a prevention and minimization of unforeseen circumstances, unforeseen losses. Access to quality healthcare. It is a means of saving and a safe investment option. It provides financial stability in life, a tax saving instrument which contributes in reduction of tax deductions, reduces tensions and stress caused on the account of hospitalization. Now we'll see awareness of health insurance. Awareness is essential for prevention, early detection, targeted therapy, and is the key to ensuring effective treatment. Being aware of a disease and its symptoms means people are more likely to take preventive actions and go for screenings, tests, and checkups. And the lack of health insurance awareness leads to the people paying for the cost of medical treatment themselves. Well, this seems like a normal thing initially, but it can become a serious issue if the medical bill burns a hole in your pocket. Now, there are types of health insurance. Individual health insurance. An individual health insurance policy, like its name suggests, cover the treatment cost of a single individual. This cover can be availed for yourself, parents, including your spouse and children. Now, under this plan, every family member gets an individual sum insured. For example, if your plan sum insured is rupees 10 lakhs, each family member gets to use up to rupees 10 lakhs for that policy period. That is, if you're buying an individual plan for 3 members, then the collective sum insured for the three would be 30 lakhs. It means that if something were to happen to all or more than one of your family members at the same time, this health insurance policy will be enough to cover them all to be separate sum insured amount. Next is a family floater health insurance. Under such plans, a single sum insured is available for all the individuals under one policy, under one roof. So this entire sum can be disbursed for the treatment of one person respectively, which in case no subsequent claims are covered in the event of another medical emergency if the sum insured is exhausted. So this sum insured can be utilized for a single person or for a group of whoever members are covered in the policy. Now, senior citizen health insurance, a tailor-made policy to suit all the medical expenses of the aged individuals. Such plans can only be obtained by people above the age of 60 years. Comprehensive coverage for different types of illness which might develop due to old age is extended. Next is group health insurance, which is given by the employer. The companies extend such plans to their employees. Premium is paid by the employer itself and has provisions which ensure refill to the sum insured. Such group health insurance policies are cost effective and are undertaken, dispersed as an employee retention tactic. However, you should remember that this insurance can only be availed as long as you're employed at the company. The benefits of the cover cannot be availed if you are terminated or you have left your job at your company. So it is always better to have your separate health insurance. Next slide. Next is a health type insurer, health insurance with maternity cover. So all pre and post, that is prior to the hospitalization and post hospitalization natal care expenses incurred during pregnancy are covered under maternity insurance cover. Medical bills of a newborn are included for the first 3 months as well. Now, however, such policies also comes with a waiting period as per terms and conditions of the policy. Next is a top-up health insurance. Oftentimes, the treatments cost you estimate while availing the health insurance cover can increase over time even though your sum insured remains unchanged. Under such circumstances, you can choose to avail a top-up of your existing cover instead of purchasing a separate policy if the sum insured is exhausted. So now this top-up policy helps to increase the overall sum insured, which you can use in case of emergency. But to avail the top-up, you will first need to choose a deductible amount. For example, if you go for a top-up plan of rupees 3 lakhs with reduction of amount of rupees 50,000, then first you have to bear the 50,000 from your pocket. And once this amount is exhausted, the insurance provider will come into the picture and they will bond the remaining expenses up to rupees 3 lakhs. Now here there are 5 P's of the insurance policy. one should understand the 5 P's of insurance policy. First is premium. The insurance premium vary from person to person depending upon the needs of the policy. So insurance premium is one of the most important places to look when choosing your insurance plan. Policy reductions. What reductions are there in the policy? That one has to understand. Policy limits. Policy exclusions. What are excluded in the policy? There are waiting period in the policy. Policy additional coverage and options. Now, the benefits of insurance, this provides protections. Insurance coverage does reduce the impact of loss one bears in the perilous situation. This provides certainty, means the feeling of assurance to the policyholder. Policy will be as per the customer's need. In the insurance policy, they have to ensure that they have appointed the nominee in case of any emergency. Importance of timely premium payment to avail the continuity benefits, and it is also a saving habit. Now, a mediclaim policy. Now, what is a mediclaim policy? The individual who has a mediclaim policy can either raise for a cashless or for a reimbursement claim. There are two types of claims for filing. So, this policy also provides tax benefit to the policyholder. Mediclaim policy provides policyholder with financial assistance through cashless facility or reimbursement during the medical treatment and hospitalization. This covers the insured against any medical expense that might occur during the policy period. So there are two types of process for filing the claims: reimbursement claims and cashless claims. So if a person is going to a network hospital, then person can avail for a cashless claim. And if the hospital is non-network, then the person can go for a reimbursement claim. So in reimbursement claims, when going for reimbursement claims, it is imperative to inform the insurer or the TPA as soon as the policyholder gets hospitalized. This is called as intimation. This intimation is to be done within 24 hours of hospitalization. It is important to keep all the bills and track of expenses incurred during the hospitalization. When filing the claim form, the bills have to be attached and the details are required to be filled in correctly. Even a minute error can delay the reimbursement process and claim settlement. For reimbursement, as I told you, you can go if the hospital is non-network, the person can go to one person can file a reimbursement claim. Also, due to some reason, if the cashless facility is denied, then also the person can go for reimbursement claim. Now, what is cashless? The policyholder is expected to sign a pre-authorization form, which they will be getting from the hospital itself, TPA desk, advance for planned cashless hospitalization. So here, planned cashless hospitalization is a hospitalization where there is some surgery. In case of acute ailment, in case of emergency, there is never a planned cashless hospitalization. So you have to the policy holder has to fill up the form to get the approval from the TPA or the insurance company. Now, in case of emergency treatment, the insured can show his or her card issued by the insurance provider by the company at network hospital. After which the policy holder will be given 4 to 24 hours. So here also, within 24 hours of hospitalization, pre-authorization form formalities is to be completed by the hospital and submitted to the insurance desk. Due to some reason, if the cashless is denied, then the patient can opt for reimbursement claims. Next slide. Now, factors to remember when buying the Mediclaim policy. Buying a Mediclaim policy looks like a necessity of with the healthcare cost on the constant rise. However, it is essential to invest in the policy that suits the customer's needs. The following factors should be considered when buying a Mediclaim policy. Now, one has to look at the coverage. Selecting an advocate sum insured is essential to ensure a good coverage. A high sum insured might result in a higher premium amount, but assessing one's need and picking the coverage can go a long way in protecting oneself against medical expenses. Next is the factor co-payment. Under co-payment clause, the insured is expected to pay a specific percentage of the claim. Whenever there is a 10% co-payment in the insurance policy, that means 10% is to be borne by the insured. Now, this policy, a policy with a co-payment feature, is usually much cheaper. If in the cashless also there is a co-payment of 10%, so 10% needs to be paid by the insured to the hospital, and rest of the amount will be paid by the insurance company at the time of cashless approval or for the time of reimbursement claim. Sublimits. Before buying a policy, it is crucial to take a closer look at sublimits, as certain insurers have specific limits on some illnesses and treatments. So there are some limitations towards specific illness, which differ from policy to policy. So whatever medical policy you're going to buy, you need to look for these factors as well. Next slide. Now, waiting period. Claims can't be made during waiting period except for hospitalization, which occurs due to accidents. Additionally, insurers have a waiting period for pre-existing illness. That is the illness which is prior to the policy inception, and other diseases as well. So, check for the exclusion during the waiting period can help the consumer, that is the insured, make a better decision. Waiting period for pre-existing disease is any ailment prior to policy inception is known as a PD, pre-existing disease. For example, a patient having BP, high BP, sugar, thyroid, heart ailment, and many other, etc. So most traditional health insurance plans cover the pre-existing condition only after the completion of a minimum waiting period. Now, in group health insurance, this waiting period may be waived off, or they may have a different terms for this waiting period. Previous slide, Jyoti. Now, health conditions and waiting period. This is a rough idea I'm giving you. No, not this one. Yeah. Hold on. Now, network hospital. Now, cashless facilities can be availed only in network hospitals. Therefore, a vast network of hospital ensures that the policyholder has various options across the different geographical locations. Now, exclusions. Being aware of the exclusion in the policy is important, as the ignorance might lead to confusion while filing for a claim. Now, I'm just giving you a rough idea towards the waiting period. What could be waiting period in the policies? So, in pre-existing diseases, which I explained in the earlier slide, diabetes, hypertension, heart ailment, etc. The waiting period could vary from 1 year to 4 years. Psychiatric illness, health conditions, bariatric surgery, specific diseases or illness, cataract also here, piles, cataract. They are having a waiting period of 1 to 2 years. Maternity cover, waiting period is 9 months to 3 years. Newborn baby inclusion, 9 months to again 3 years. Initial waiting period for all the policies is up to 30 days. So from start day of the policy up to 30 days, a person cannot make a claim until and unless it arises due to accident. And external hospitalization, it is covered from day one itself. Now, waiting period for a specific illness. Certain disease or medical conditions and procedures, they come with a specific waiting period. This may include cataract, ENT disorder, osteoporosis, hernia, joint replacement surgeries, etc. So, depending upon the illness, the waiting period may vary from 2 to 4 years, as per the policy terms and conditions. Waiting period for maternity and newborn add-on. Most health insurance plans cover maternity-related expenses and include a newborn only after a specific period of time. It can range from 9 months to 3 years. The maternity benefit covers the delivery expenses and newborn baby for the first 3 months. However, there are plans that do not cover maternity expenses. So make sure you confirm the coverage details before you purchase the plan. Now, initial waiting period is 30 days. The initial waiting period in health insurance is the duration from the date of policy commencement to the date from which you can start using the policy benefits, except for the accident hospitalization. Next slide. Here also there is a few diseases I have mentioned which comes under 1 year and 2 years waiting period. For 1 year, it's ENT disorder, PCOD. And for 2 years, it is hernia, hydrocele, arthritis, cataract, BPH, hysterectomy, fissure, piles, sinusitis, HTN-DM, hypertension, diabetes, calculus, varicose vein ulcers, prolapsed intervertebral disc disorder. And for 4 years waiting period, it is always osteoarthritis, joint replacement surgeries. Next slide. Now we go to a next chapter, that is fraud detection. Now, insurance fraud detection is a core part of any insurance operation. Counterfeit claims, fraudulent claims, exaggerated claims as a major causes of the insurance fraud. Now, this early detection of such frauds prevent the serious losses to the company and to the customer. So the fraudulent claims are intention to receive the relevant information affecting the benefits from the insurance industry. Inflation of the bills, exaggerated claims are few of the examples which detect fraud. Now, what are the fraud activities noticed at the time of purchasing the policy? There are people who are masking the age, occupation, sports habit, lifestyle, addiction, etc. Masking the age in order so that there is a less amount of premium they have to pay. Hiding the facts of any chronic illness or information at the time of policy purchase. During pre-policy checkup, impersonification noted, that is, instead of the particular person who is purchasing the policy, instead of him, he will take some other person at the diagnostic center and get his investigation done and show his PAN card instead of him. They will also influence the pathology center to make the fake reports, to give the normal reports so that they get the policy. Now, there are frauds at the time of claim submission. There is a masking of ailment. They hide the ailment. They show some other ailments so that their claim get passed. Masking of duration of the ongoing medication or treatment or any ailment. There is a false bill presentation. There is a collusion with the provider. Impersonification here again. Non-existence of the employer in the group policy. In the group policy, we have seen that the employer address does not exist, but still there are the policies. And when we go to verify, to investigate, we come to know that the employer does not exist, which is a fraud. So non-existence of employer is considered. Hospital related fraud. Now, what is the fraud which hospital makes? They make inflated bills on the higher side. They make the wrong billing. Misrepresentation is shown towards timings to cover 24 hours of hospitalization. Admission without diagnosis. Planned hospitalization, they show us an emergency without any supportive evidence. Hospitalization for investigation purpose and over investigation. Prolonged hospitalization, prolonged admission. Consultant visits. Consultant doesn't come there for the visit, but still in the billing you will find n number of visits of the consultant. Room category. The person says he's admitted in the, let's say, special ward. He gives us the authorization, and when we go there for investigation, we find the person in the general ward. So here they are looking towards room category. Consultant charges when there are no rounds found in the document. Now there are policy through fake agents. So what do? So here pre-policy checkup fabrication is there. Inappropriate information they are giving about the policy. These fake agents, they are already having tie-up with the provider so that they can make the fraudulent bills and they can make the claims. They are demanding for commissions towards their claim settlement. Now there are two types of insurance fraud. One is hard fraud and next is a soft fraud. So the hard fraud, it is usually deliberate attempt either to invent an accident. They show it as an accident, injury, or any other type of loss that would cover the claim. This often involves medical practitioners. Doctors are also involved here, their patients and other clients who are associated in their team. It is also committed by an executive or employees within the insurance industry because they are also knowing the insurance terms conditions, so they are also involved in this insurance fraud practices and the insurance agent definitely. Next slide. Next is a soft fraud. This occurs when the policyholder gives information while underwriting the policy so that their insurance premium is lower and they avail the coverage or increase the likelihood of acceptance of for insurance. So the soft fraud, sometimes they are also called as the opportunity fraud, occurs when the policyholder exaggerates the legitimate claim. Several claims are manufactured here. This also includes room type discrepancy during the period of hospitalization. Stay less than 24 hours, but documents are manipulated to show that the patient has stayed in the hospital for 24 hours of hospitalization. Extended length of stay in the hospital due to unwarranted reason to increase the billing. Now, there are reasons for rejection of a claim. Claim raised after the insurance policy has lapsed. Claim raised against a disease or damage that is not covered by the insurance policy. Misrepresentation or wrong information is noted in the claim form. Non-disclosure of any information such as pre-existing disease in the health insurance and masking is done to cover the same. Unreasonable delay in raising the claim request. Claim raised for coverage that is not covered by the insurance policy. A false claim made with untruthful information. Such claims are known as fraudulent claims. Right? So common areas of fraud. Individuals is allowing someone else to use her or her identity card, masking here, to obtain the health care services. So we are billing for services or procedures, supplies that were never rendered, never utilized. Charging for more expensive services other than those actually provided. Performing unnecessary services for the purpose of financial gain. Prescribing expensive drugs than the usual for the same ailment. Prescribing some fixed drugs to increase the billing. Now, how to take preventive steps? Always keep your health insurance card with you. Immediately report if it is lost or stolen. Never ever sign an empty and blank claim form at a time of cashless hospitalization or at your agent or at any place. Never sign empty claim form. Never sign more than one claim form as a hospital may take undue advantage of the form. Inform your insurer if you do not complete or take any medical services after your cashless approval. You must be getting intimations on your mobile towards the if the claim is utilized or you get a cashless approval. So just inform your TPA or inform your insurance on the call center that you are not getting hospitalized for this claim. Inform your insurer if the hospital offers to waive off any deductibles. Inform your insurer if the claim facility is availed by any unknown person. So why insurance fraud has increased? People think it's the easier method to avail benefit from the policy. People think it is a victimless crime. Many suspicious claims are getting paid rather to keep them on hold due to lack of evidence at the insurance companies. And there are insufficient penalties. Now, what could be the consequences of the fraud? The consequences of the fraud charged with health insurance fraud are your health insurance policy might get cancelled if the fraud is very severe. Your claim can get rejected if you found guilty of committing the fraud. You might end up paying all the expense of medical treatment yourself. Many people believe that the insurance companies will never pay the full amount of the claim and thus they quote the higher claim, which many a time results as a fraud. Also, there are many people who are not aware of the features and coverages of their health insurance policy and thus either end up committing fraud or paying huge sum of money from out of their pocket the treatment received. Next slide.
Ma'am, you're muted.
Got it. There are types of frauds now. First is ineligibility fraud. It is a case of giving incorrect information to the insurance company about the employee's birth date, employment status, medical conditions, any PED, nominees, etc. For example, an employee who is not in full-time roles of a business and is working only part-time can still be insured under the company's health insurance plan through a creation of false record within the HR department. So this ineligibility fraud involves offering the insurance provider false information regarding the employee's date of birth, employment status, medical conditions, etc. So for instance, by fabricating the fake records in HR department, a worker who only works part-time for a company and does not hold a full-time position, there may be covered by the employer's health insurance plan. Next is the internal and external fraud. External fraud refers to the false claim which is either made by the beneficiary or policyholder or service provider to the insurer. A false claim made to the insurer by the beneficiaries policyholder is called as the external fraud. So internal fraud is again perpetrated by the employees of the firm to tandem with the policyholder. Application fraud. Here, while fully aware of circumstances, the insured person inputs false information regarding the PD, date of birth, claim history, etc. For instance, a policyholder may provide an incorrect date of birth or fail to disclose an illness to reduce their premium or increase their coverage. So even the firms that offer health insurance to their workers occasionally give a wrong joining dates to lower the rate. Here, the insured person who is fully aware of situation enters the incorrect information about the existing ailment, claim history, date of birth. For example, a policyholder enters a wrong birth date and doesn't declare any existing disease to pay a lower premium and get more coverage. Sometimes, if our employers they are offering health insurance to the employees, provide incorrect data of joining of their employees to reduce the premium. So there are claim-related fraud. This kind of frauds occurs when the insured claims the health benefit to which, according to the policy terms and condition, is not entitled to the same. Both the insured and the service provider are considered to cooperate in this circumstance, but Mr. Doctor and the patient are involved here in these practices. Therefore, the policyholder have a same option to purchase various insurance plans from the multiple into each of them. This type of fraud is where the insured has raised a claim for the health benefit, to which he is not entitled as per policy terms and conditions. In these situations, both the insured or the service provider are seen as working together. In the same way, policyholder can buy different insurance policy from different insurers and file the claim from everyone. Now, claims related fraud. Concealing pre-existing conditions means they're hiding the pre-existing condition. Since most individual health policies have 2 to 3 waiting periods for PD, the policyholder can conceal the fact. They will mask this fact. The policyholder can do so by manipulating the findings of the pre-policy health checkup. Fake documents to meet the policy terms and conditions. Most insurance companies prefer insuring young and healthy people. They might not reject an application from the elderly person, but they might charge for higher premium. In this case, the people might submit the fabricated documents to conceal their age or recurring ailments. Duplication of the bills. The objective of health insurance is to cover the medical expenses incurred during the hospitalization, including the illness or the surgery. Now, an insurance policy is not purchased with a view to make profits. Thus, when the person submits wrong bills, where no expenses have been incurred or inflate bills, the action qualifies as a fraudulent activity. Purchasing multiple policies. It is not illegal for the individual to have multiple health insurance policy. If a person has more than one health policy, or group policy or individual policy, he or she must ensure that all the insurer are aware of their existing policies. This is to prevent an individual from making multiple claims and ending up making a profit. Participation in fraud rings. When a consumer makes a fraudulent claim in the collusion with the other parties, like agents, physicians, doctors, hospitals, that is known as a fraud ring. The insured might ask the physician to issue a false prescription against which the claim has been made. Staged accident. The consumer might stage an accident in order to claim. Next slide. No. In order to claim, in order to show that there was an accident or an injury. Here are a few examples of fraud cases. For example, Mr. ABC from President of Dhuli. He recently purchased a policy and within a month of his policy inception date, he made a claim. RTA, road traffic accident, it was hit by a rickshaw. Sustained injuries and fractures. So he claimed for more than 2 lakhs. Investigation study revealed that he was illegally driving his vehicle and he was under the influence of alcohol at the time of incident. So thus the in-depth investigation process saved the money of the insurance company. Next slide. A claim was received for rupees 3,55,000 for injury sustained while RTA motorcycle dashed by a car. So injury has happened because of the motorcycle dashing a car. On investigation, it was revealed that they were operating their own vehicle and it fell down into a ditch. As a result, they sustained the injuries. So this investigation process again saved cost to the insurance company. There are multiple cases wherein we have investigated that pathologist admits the reports are fabricated and their names are misused for manufacturing the claim document. So on the basis of pathologist statement, we can repudiate their cases. Converting OPD to IPD admission. OPD means outdoor patient. They are converting to indoor patient admission. A case of 10-year-old child admitted in the hospital from West Mumbai location for complaint of severe abdominal pain and has undergone an endoscopy procedure. And total bill for this procedure was 50,000. Mode of payment was online. As per patient's father's statement, he was admitted and this procedure was done. 24 hospitalization was there in this case. And during our investigation, the hospital was highly non-cooperative in giving those documents to us. So on in-depth investigation, on scrutiny, on asking several questions to the hospital, the staff stated that they gave the tariff only to the admitted patient, which suggests that in this case, this patient was not admitted. No documents are maintained at the hospital, which suggests that in this case, the patient has taken the OPD treatment. And they have manipulated the case and converted to IPD hospitalization. Now, there was another claim from XYZ hospital from Pune location. And in this investigation, the hospital has asked to settle the claim to a field officer by offering a bribe of rupees of 10% of the claim value as they were caught in the scrutiny. So there are tips while purchasing your policy. Some ready tips to ensure that you never fall victim to the insurance fraud. While purchasing a policy, always ask the insurance agent their ID proof. Never pay amount in cash. Do not disclose the details of your policy to any third person. Purchase insurance policy online through official websites only. It is always safe. Immediately report loss of policy document. Don't purchase policy by telephonic conversation. How to avoid this fraud? Tips for avoiding the healthcare fraud. Protect your health insurance information. Treat it like a credit card. Don't give it to others to use. And be mindful when using it at doctor's office or at the pharmacy or at the hospital as well. Beware of the free services. If you are asked to provide your health insurance information for free service, the service is probably not free and could be fraudulently charged to your insurance company. Check your explanation of benefits regularly. Make sure the dates, locations, and services billed matched what you actually received. If there is any concern, contact your health insurance provider. Next slide. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now I request all the delegates to put your questions in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself directly and ask them directly all the questions.
Hello, good morning, madam.
Good morning.
See, road rage accidents, road rage, just fighting the roads, are they also converted into claims?
You are saying road traffic accident, are they
Yes.
converted into claims?
Road raging, fighting with road. Some 2,
Hmm.
3 rowdies are fighting in the road.
Yeah.
I think one man is having
Injury.
insurance.
Yeah.
He's going to hospital. He's taking services.
Okay.
He's still, I got this injury. I fell down like that.
Yes. Yes.
How to find and to show?
Hmm.
How to find? It
So-
is injury.
Yes. So in this case, if the person is injured, he is supposed to go and take the. He will be going to hospitals and take the services from the hospital.
Hmm.
Now here, how to find that due to what this injury has happened. So here we always ask for the MLC FIR copy. So any injury which is happening due to any accidents, it should be anyone who is hitting anybody or due to road traffic accidents, we always ask for the MLC FIR copy. If the MLC FIR copy is not there, we ask the hospitals why it is not done in these cases. Now it could be that the patient could be under the influence of alcohol also, and because of that they must be shouting at each other and fighting, and because of that he has sustained the injuries. So in that case, the claim is not there.
Oh, okay. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
There is one question.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
There is one question.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
please suggest if we are taking policies through third party, which gives us quotation from different insurance companies. So if you are taking a policy from third party, please make sure that parties they are having the official website. Nowadays, many website has come up on Google also you can find out. So please make sure that what policy you are taking and who is the person who is selling the policies and what are your needs for that policy. And why do you want to take this policy for any elderly person at your home or for yourself or to cover any PD? So that you have to decide it yourself. What premium they are going to charge you. Please tally that premium with other insurance companies' premiums also. And whatever suits you, you can go ahead with the same.
Ma'am, this is Pooja here. I have asked this
Okay.
question.
Yes.
I want to ask, see, what these companies are doing, they are giving us an online platform to be used. And say, for example, they are giving me quotation from 2-3 insurance companies, okay,
Yes,
of the
yes.
same, with the same data. Now,
Okay.
what they are saying is, they are providing us with the data, like, I'm to say, online platform, app or something, for which they are not charging. But only thing is they are getting the quotations from these insurance companies and providing us.
Yes.
So are these the trustworthy, or would that have any impact in future? Because this will just ease up the.
Yeah, see what you can do, they are just giving you the quotations from, let's say, 5 insurance companies. Okay. So let's say any particular element, if we say diabetes. Okay, so you want to cover diabetes, for example, for anyone who is elderly at your home or for XYZ person. So now they are giving you quotations from 5 insurance companies, and from that 5 insurance companies, you have to take a decision that which insurance company you want to proceed ahead with, right? Yes. So you can take the help of them, no problem. But while purchasing a policy, before paying a premium, please make sure that the website is official.
So how do we check the authenticity of the website?
You can call the customer care number, toll-free number, always there.
Okay, of that particular, say for
Insurance
example, if
company.
I'm taking for Magma, so I'll just check with the Magma
Yes, you
guys.
can call up the
not
toll-free number, customer care number, and just make sure that whatever they have told you is the correct information, and then you can proceed ahead with your policy purchase.
Okay. And ma'am, this would be a like say group insurance plan for my employees. So there are a couple of consultants also, as we have also specified. Can we declare that these are consultants and we want to include them also?
Yes, yes. There are policies. Okay, there are various policies as per the insurance terms and conditions wherein they cover. Okay, so irrespective of the consultant who is part-time or full-time, please, while at the time of purchasing the policy and including the specific whoever employee is there, please tell the employee, please tell the insurance companies that this person I'm going to include in the policy and is a consultant. So now
Okay,
let
full
them
time
take a
consultant.
decision. Yeah, yeah. Let them take a decision, and then like you are safe from your end. Like yes, you have declared, but they have given us the policy.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much for the guidance,
Thank
ma'am.
Thank you.
Madam, another one question. If an employee insured by ESI,
ESI.
if he got an injury in the factory inside, whether he can claim your benefits also, insurance benefits?
Yeah, inside the factory, this injury has occurred, right? Yes.
But
so-
outside also, can he claim?
Yes, yes. Outside also he can claim, but then that is what I'm saying, that is a fraudulent activity. So he is claiming at ESIC also, and he is claiming at some other insurance companies also. So he's going to take benefit from two insurance companies.
Yes, I am paid already for some other company. No, then they have to give me. What
I
is the
didn't get
problem
you.
in that one?
I didn't get you. Please come again.
See, insurance also I am paying,
Hmm.
and also for this also I am paying. For the two companies I am paying.
Okay, okay.
They can give themselves. This also I can claim. What is the problem in that one?
Yeah, because you are paying the premium for two insurance companies,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yes, yes, yes. You can do that.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes.
There is a question, ma'am, asked by Sudesh Sharma, sir.
Yes, yes.
If a smoker gets lung cancer 4 years after
Hmm.
policy purchase, will he be covered for treatment? I have come across many disputes in such cases.
See, now here, if a smoker gets a lung cancer, so smoking and alcohol is not payable as per policy terms and conditions. So now here, if a smoker gets lung cancer 4 years after policy purchase, okay, will he be covered in the treatment? So here, my first question is, since how long is he smoking? If he is smoking for more than 10 years, definitely is going to get some kind of diseases. So smoking since past 10 years and policies since last 4 years, definitely the claim is not going to get paid.
Nay, can you please repeat, ma'am? See, because there are many cases which we hear stories about people around us.
Yeah.
Person has been smoking for 20 years and his policy is 4 years old, you know. And he has declared that he is a smoker before buying the policy. And then let us say 4 years after buying, he gets some lung problem, you know. Will he be covered?
At the time of policy underwriting, when the policy is getting underwritten, there are always terms and conditions mentioned in the policy. So one has to understand that if something arises from this ailment, from this condition, it will not be getting paid. So there are something always written for smoking and alcohol also. So whoever is the concerned, please ask them to read the policy in depth and then take it ahead. But as per my knowledge, smoking, anything towards smoking. Now here, if you are saying smoking is since past 20 years and he has got the policy since last 4 years. Now, if this policy is a group health insurance policy,
no, it's individual.
Yeah, individual policy. Again, it is not covered, sir.
It is not payable.
As per my knowledge, it is not getting covered.
Despite that the person has declared that he is a smoker.
Yes, yes, because something must have been underwritten in his case at the time of policy purchase.
But what if he gets any other problem, let's say other than lung problem?
Yeah, anything other, let's say if he has got something in the lung, which is not related to the smoking, then the case gets payable.
No, but the insurance company can always say that you are a smoker. That's why you got, even if it is a problem not related to
Right.
the lung, let us say he got something else, he got COVID, then they will say you had a kind of, you are a smoker, that's why you got COVID, or you got,
No,
let
no.
us say, some stomach, let us say
Nothing.
he gets some kind of, gut problem or intestine problem later on.
Yeah.
So anything can be related back to smoking and drinking, no?
Yes. No, no, no.
That's
Anything
how
can
this.
be related. It can be related, but then a doctor who writes a letter. It's a doctor, treating doctor who writes a letter and gives that this particular ailment is not related due to smoking or due to alcohol. So if we are getting those letters from the respective doctors, then there is no issues towards the claim payment.
Similarly, most people are social drinkers today, so even very highly placed people. And let us say they get an issue and uh, everything can be, tracked back to, then the company can always say, since you have been a social drinker, for 20 years, 40 years, तो ऐसा होता है कि मतलब generally, I mean,
See, only if that alcohol is related to particular ailment. मान लो अभी person is having alcohol, okay, and he has developed particular ailment related to only alcohol. Liver खराब हो गया उसका. Then definitely the case will not be getting paid. But if the patient is admitted for fever, you said COVID, and he is alcoholic, he's an alcoholic, occasional alcohol drinker since past 20 years, it has got no relation here now.
So the company doesn't really, try to save money by relating everything back to some kind of a habit or something,
No,
like this.
because we cannot relate everything to habits, no, sir. Because there are ailments which is not related to alcohol and smoking. So if the ailment is not related, if we cannot prove that, we cannot reject the case.
Yes, okay, good. I asked this question because we hear stories every day, from around us. The company has rejected the claim and this is unfair on the company. Then they go to ombudsman and so many things happen,
Yes, they do.
But the company outright does not reject, you mean to say.
Company doesn't reject. It is all that is what I'm telling you, no. The one has to whoever is underwriting the policy, once you get the policy document in your hand, please go through terms and conditions very thoroughly, which is very important for in future claims whoever is going to make it.
Okay, then there is another case around us where a person has been paying premium for 20 years and policy got lapsed and he was not able to renew it for that particular month. And in that particular month, he gets admitted to the hospital with a very serious problem and then the claim is rejected.
Yes, it happens.
I mean, there is no way I have been paying for 20 years and there was a lapse of, 5 days in paying, in renewing it. So there is no way out for such people, you mean?
The person, whoever has taken the policy, have to justify the reason that why there is a late premium, why they have paid the late fees towards the premium. Of course, nowadays there are also, like, if they are paying a premium late, they have to pay some charges towards the same when the policy gets renewed. But then it again depends, like, due to what particular reason they are paying the premium late. Do they want to continue because there are customer care people who are constantly calling the insured to pay the premium on time. So they're always getting, the people are always getting calls. Even I myself get a call 1 month before only I get the call from the customer care people. Madam, please pay the premium, please pay the premium. If already paid, please ignore. So it is always there. But in spite of getting the calls, if the insured is not going to pay the premium, then definitely the lapse is there.
But generally, there is no remedy for these kind of things.
No, sir. As of now, there is no, as per my knowledge.
Yes, Doc. Hi, this is Negi here.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yeah. Ma'am, basically, this is a continuation to Sharma Saab's question, what he has asked regarding the pre-existing disease. But in this case, ma'am, suppose I declare that I'm alcoholic or I'm smoking and something like that. Then the policy, usually the insurance company, they're the feature of the rider. They are putting rider on that, and you are charging me extra insurance, extra premium for that, so covering that. So in that case, it should be covered, no?
Yes, because you are paying extra premium towards the pre-existing ailment, right, sir?
So Sharma Saab, if suppose, I think what is my understanding, suppose I declare that I'm alcoholic, I'm a smoker. So then insurance company charges me extra to cover that thing. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Insurance company will always pay towards the ailment arising or for the ailment which is prior to the policy inception. Let's say a person,
alignment will arise later on the later date. Today I'm taking the policy.
Hmm.
Okay, I approach to insurance company. Right?
Hmm.
Suppose I'm a smoker.
Hmm.
In my declaration, I put that I'm a smoker.
Yes.
Right? So suppose that I'm not a smoker, so there will be general premium will be, say, for the X amount is there. I'm a premium amount. But when I declare I am a smoker, then you charge me extra, additional.
Yes. Yes.
Am I right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So then alignment arising out of this my smoking has to be covered there.
Has to be covered there, right? Because you already declared and you're already paying extra amounts for that.
Exactly. I'm paying the extra amount.
Extra premium for it, right?
Right. This is one thing. Second thing, just my question was that nowadays the concept of the DigiLocker is coming up, where you are putting all your documents in digital form. Say your medical report, your insurance, and all that. So, what will the role of DigiLocker in the future to controlling this fraud and all that?
This is what like my experience and my knowledge. Kindly do not put your reports, your data into this DigiLocker. Okay. As far as we have seen the cases till date, so kindly do not use. If at all, if you want to make a claim anywhere, that time you can produce documents as and when required. Because this DigiLocker, there are fake people around. We never know the fake agents around, and they have got access to everything, and they can use your data also. So it's always to be on a safer side, not to put your documents into this system.
Yeah, madam, that reminds me, sorry for the interruption. There is something very important here. In case I have a policy and I meet with an accident in some other city or something, and I am fully covered for that accident and all, but I don't have the reference of the policy. So what to do in such cases? Because nobody carries the policy, hard copy. So what should people do? I mean, that will be a great advice from your side.
Okay, that means you are, for example, you are traveling somewhere and met with an accident. Okay. And now you don't have an insurance policy with you.
Yes.
Right. So definitely see now once the patient gets hospitalized, okay, they have got 24 hours in their hand to make a cashless claim.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that time, in the mobile, you must be having documents, whatever even a number is there. That number will be useful to put in the cashless request form to give it to the insurance companies.
Can they not trace it? Because the person sometimes, the injury or something, it is so serious that the patient himself cannot talk and he has been taken somewhere. And even his people are not aware for the first 24 hours, So in such extreme emergency cases, how do you really avoid, selling? Because and in the initial 1 or 2 days, the hospitals charge you exorbitantly for admission and everything.
Yes.
Despite having a policy, how do you actually, tackle the situation?
No, here what to do in this situation when that particular person is not having the policy in his hand, is not knowing the number, whatever is the explicit number of his policy. So whoever is the immediate helper, immediate person with him, they have to pay a specific deposit amount, let's say 10,000 to the hospital. And stating that this person is having the policy, but we need time to find out the policy number as it is an emergency condition. So we need to talk to the concerned family member or the employer and get the things resolved. So kindly give us some time to take out the policy document or the policy number in this case.
So the hospital will insist on the policy number or the whole document actually?
No, only number they are requiring, not the whole document, sir.
But if
for example, if you are having a policy of MediAssist, so they'll be having MediAssist ID with you. Okay, that ID, along with that ID, you can fetch, or the concern whoever is there, whoever is the concerned person at your is there with the patient, they can call it a toll-free number of the insurance company, and they can they can take a help from them.
That is a good suggestion. They can help take help, so they can correlate with this,
Yes, because the contact number is always there. A specific contact number is always there. So with the help of the contact number, they can find the policy number and details.
वो पहले जैसा अभी नहीं है ना कि आपके हाथ में अगर
No,
हार्ड
no,
कॉपी
no,
नहीं है,
no,
ऐसा तो
no,
नहीं है
no.
ना?
बिल्कुल नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं. Not at all.
ओके ओके
शर्मा जी एक सॉल्यूशन है मेरे पास इसके लिए. वन सॉल्यूशन इज देयर.
हाँ
अपना मोबाइल का स्क्रीन पे आप सेव कर दीजिए अपना पॉलिसी नंबर एंड कंपनी का कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर.
सर, मोबाइल ही अगर एक्सीडेंट में गायब हो गया,
हाँ नहीं, वो तो एक्सट्रीम केसेस है, बट चांसेस आर देयर
है ना? हाँ,
that will save your life.
बिकॉज
Anyone's. This is a very handy tip. Usually we put so many things on our screen. But it's always advised to keep your means insurance company, medical,
हाँ,
medical.
बिल्कुल या नहीं कि वो तो
Yes.
ठीक है, मतलब उसमें एक्सट्रीम सिचुएशन की बात कर रहा था
Yes,
कि
exactly.
आई मीन आप समझ गए ना कि तो मतलब क्या है कि हमारे पैन नंबर से या हमारी कंपनी के नाम से, फॉर एग्जांपल इट इज HDFC और व्हाट एवर इट इज,
Right. So even policy number is enough because they can trace out ki this
Track
policy
out,
number belongs
yes.
to which company, and then they can approach to the means their call center and all that. That way it can be done.
चलिए, गुड, थैंक यू.
There is a one question, ma'am,
Yeah.
asked by Vijay Shetty, sir.
Yeah.
There is some people are getting kidney stone. Will insurance company pay for this treatment if he already has a policy?
Yes, kidney stone is a calculus which is paid. Usually, it is paid after 2 years of the continuous policy. If a policy is purchased, let's say 2020, and the person is diagnosed with calculus 2023, then the claim is getting paid. If the calculus is already declared at the time of purchasing the policy, by paying the extra premium, then again the claim is getting paid, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll wait for 2 minutes, ma'am. If anybody wants to ask the questions.
Acha, ma'am, one more question from my sorry.
No
Jyoti
problem.
Daswani.
Tell me.
Suicide is covered in the policy insurance. Suicide. If somebody does the suicide, is it covered?
I didn't get you. Please come again.
Someone does the suicide.
Suicide. Okay.
Yeah. So is it covered in the
No,
insurance?
sir. It is not covered. Not covered in the policy.
Because
Not covered in the life policy as well. Even if the person is having life policy,
Mhm.
it is not covered. Suicidal cases are not getting paid. The family doesn't get benefit from the policy themselves.
But I heard that now insurance companies are covering it.
As per my knowledge, it is not covered.
It's not a confirm. That's I just heard it over it.
No, no. As far as the claims which I have processed till now, they are not covering suicidal cases, sir.
Then, madam, one more relevant question is, what is the general rule for coverage of cancer patients? If a person is free from cancer and wants a policy, maybe now, what is
If the person is already diagnosed with the cancer, you are saying, right?
and treatment is also over, and now the person is, you can say, not cured, but in remission stage,
Okay, okay.
So what is the policy? What is the normal routine in such cases?
Sir, see, while taking the policy, if the person has not taken the policy and now that particular person is in remission stage, which you said now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, if the person wants to take a policy, he can declare in the policy. He can declare in the policy that he has already got cancer, and whatever treatment was done, that also papers he can attach. And nowadays there is also a cancer coverage policy which has come up in the market. So, but in this case, what you are saying, if the remission is already going on, you can just declare that cancer is already declared in the policy. So whoever underwrites the policy, they mentions the same. So there is no issues towards the any claim coming ahead.
So they can remission patients can apply for a policy.
Yes, they can do, because you're already paying the premium for that and already disclosed at time of policy purchase.
No. See, as of now, there is no policy with the patient or with the person, And let us say he wants to buy a policy now. So far, he has taken on his own whatever it is, So
Yes.
So in remission stage, if somebody wants to buy a policy,
Yes, there are policies which has come up now. Earlier there was no such policies, but now even I'm saying through Google you can find out there are many policies of cancer coverage, so you can take benefit from that policy, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I request all delegates, if you have any questions, please ask.
I have a question, ma'am. This is Anchal from ICS.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Ma'am, basically, in case I have taken a policy which is active for 20 years and I have no claim at all, and now I want to change my agent because the current agent is not supportive. Can I, in case of change of agent, does it affect my policy or claim anywhere?
No, ma'am, not at all.
So how do I go about by changing the agent? How do I inform? Because many a times it happens when you need a claim or when you need support. This is such a vast subject that you are really not able to know whether you'll be able to get the claim or you can get the claim rightly to the amount that you are entitled to. So how do I go about in changing the agent through which I'm connected with the insurance agency?
Okay. First thing, while taking the policy, there is no requirement of the agent as on today's date. A person can immediately go on the Google, go on the website, whatever the policy they have purchased for, and they can take the benefit from that. Now, in your case, you are saying that since 20 years you are having a policy. Let's say Aditya Birla policy you're having since last 20 years. Now that renewal you are doing it through agent. Okay. So nowadays that renewal you can do it online by your own self. You don't require an agent at all.
Okay.
Agent are not required for renewing the policy. You will just get a click on your mobile, whatever premium you want to pay. That premium amount, once you pay, you get a mail on your email box. Okay. That suggests that you have the policies renewed for particular year. Now, if you want to make a claim, as I told earlier, if it is a cashless claim, you have to go to network hospital. If it is a reimbursement claim, you can go to any other hospital and then you can claim later on. Once the hospitalization is done. So here also for submitting the documents to the insurance company in case of reimbursement, you can, whatever the address is, the head office address is there, is already there on all the insurance policies. So just understand the insurance head office address and submit the claim documents there. Or else you can just call toll-free number and tell that you want to submit my claim document is there for reimbursement claim. So which address do I submit? They will guide you accordingly.
Fine. Now, in case my claim is already approved and I have been paid, is there any limitations to what is the maximum approved amount that can be approved if everything is legitimate as per the policy requirements?
No, see, whatever is the amount which was incurred during the hospitalization period and doctor has suggested. So whatever bills and all were there. For example, you're having a policy of rupees 5 lakhs. And for a particular ailment, you have incurred rupees 3 lakhs. Okay, so now 2 lakhs is a balance. So 2 lakh is balance for the current period of this year, particular year. You can utilize for another.
See, the claim that I submitted, assume I submitted a claim of 1 lakh rupees and my policy is of say 3 lakh rupees. So 1 lakh rupees claim I have submitted, and as per the policy terms and conditions, what will be covered and what will not be covered, I should be getting the full 1 lakh rupees reimbursement.
Yes, okay. Provided there is some exclusions in the policy.
Yeah, that considering those exclusions also, if I have received 1 lakh, is there any yet reasons that no, only 80% or only 90% can be given?
No, there is no such rule, but that is what I'm saying. For every claim, we have got deductions in the policy. Like for if a case when the person has undergone a surgery and hospital has claimed for camera cover. So camera cover is a non-medical expenses which insurance company doesn't cover. Here, if you say 10,000 rupees get deducted, wherein the patient has to bear that 10,000 from their own pocket. So that is the only.
Because in my case, it was that the doctor's fee during the surgery was covered, but the doctor's assistant fees during the surgery was not covered.
Yeah, because they have got the targeted. 30% they pay 10%, OT charges they pay XYZ amount. So that is why they did not pay particular amount.
Okay, fine. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
One more question is there.
Yes, question asked by Harish. Yes, ma'am.
When the big hospitals are charging full amount for reused items, will the insurance company pay to such patient? Big hospitals are charging full amount to the reused items. Will the insurance company pay to such patients? Reused items means I do not get this reused items. For example, let's say a case of surgery here again. So in the case of surgery, these hospitals are using camera cover or whatever it is required for that particular ailment. Now here, in some cases, medicines are prescribed more than required, and the medicines are returned to the pharmacy. What about the payment for such malpractices adopted by the hospital authorities? So here, when the medicines are prescribed more than it is required, so the patient will get the amount back. For example, in particular ailment, if doctor has prescribed medication for rupees 10,000 and only 5,000 was in use, so then again 5,000 this chemist has to give you back. And if it doesn't give you back, it is called as malpractice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Again, actually, he asked ma'am one question. In some cases, medicines are prescribed more than required, and the medicines are returned to the pharmacy.
That is what I answered. Yeah. If
Yeah,
the
okay.
medicines are purchased more than the requirement, and the medicines are returned to the pharmacy at the time of discharge of the patient. So what about the payment for such malpractices adopted by the hospital authorities? So now due to awareness, everybody is aware that this hospital are doing this malpractices. So they have to tell the hospital authorities to reduce the bill, because in that bill 5,000 was only utilized of the medicine, and rest 5,000 they have again returned those medicines. So kindly reduce this amount towards this medicine charges. This is the one option I can give you. And the above question which he has asked, when big hospitals are charging for full amount towards the reused item, will the insurance company pay to such patient? The insurance company will only pay towards the items which are required for the medical treatment, and non-medical expenses are not covered in the policy. So kindly make sure what items they are including in your bill. Once you get bill in your hand, kindly go through and just refer that this item was utilized in your case or no. If it was not utilized, kindly go and ask billing department.
And what about lifelong medication for some, for example, when people undergo heart interventions and all, and then they are put on lifelong medication. Does the company pay for lifelong medication or no?
No, company will pay only for pre and post. 30 days of the hospitalization and post 60 days of the hospitalization. So only the expenses are covered only up to 60 days of hospitalization. So there are various policies now, what you are saying for the ongoing medication. So you can check the requirement of your in your case, and you can take the policy accordingly.
But certain, medications, let us say for post-transplant and all those kind of things, they're very expensive medicines. So do you think companies pay for these kind of lifelong? For these
No. Lifelong medications are not getting paid, sir.
There is no insurance for these kind of things.
No. As of now, there is no insurance. The only way that patient after discharge, the patient at one time only he takes the medicines for 60 days. But again, after 60 days, he has to bear the expense from his pocket.
Acha, 60 days is permitted, you mean?
Yes. After hospitalization, 60 days is permitted.
Okay, good, thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, just I wanted to ask one question. Like according policy, always there is an age limit for the senior citizens and all. So there are any options, or is there any possibility to like they can get the benefits under this policy, especially for the senior citizens and disabled person?
Yeah, for senior citizens also there are policies.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So there are policies which I know as on date, at least up to the age of 60 to 65 years, they are getting coverage. Now, if it is a group policy, there is no age limit. Okay, but if the individual wants to go and purchase the policy, but yes, there is a variation in the premium level also, because the age factor is that due to age factor, certain illnesses are going to come up, and due to certain illnesses, the insurers are going to pay for that illnesses. So therefore, premium will be on the higher side. But what higher side you need to check online through the particular website. This is what I can suggest.
And what about the disabled people, like how they can get all the benefits? Is there any options or something?
For disabled persons, you are asking. There are policies, there are various policies, I'm telling. Online, if you see what for particular ailments, if you want to purchase a policy. So earlier, health insurance companies used to have restrictions towards ailment also and towards age limit also. But now, when the person is ready to pay the premium, they are also open to sell their policies.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think there are no more questions. So
Yeah.
can we proceed now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for the great presentation, ma'am. It was a great presentation. Nice. It was a very good discussion, ma'am.
Thank
And I hope everybody got their answers. I just shared my screen, ma'am. Just give me a minute, ma'am. Before proceeding, I request all the delegates again, like there are any questions, so you can ask. I think no questions. So ma'am, can I proceed for this?
Yes, Jyoti, please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. Again, thank you so much. Oh, ma'am, there is a technical error. Just give me a second, ma'am. Very sorry for this. Just give me a second.
Okay.
So our next session on 25th February 2023, topic will be panic stress relief session. It will be covering by Miss Rachna Patel, ma'am. She will be covering introduction of importance of energy from wellness perspective, tips and techniques to quickly energize yourself, and very simple yet potent meditation on twin hearts. And last will be the question and answer session. ICS is pleased to provide you all its research and development, integrated management system, QMS, EMS, and OSHA, excellence in education management, also made easy in Gujarati, Marathi, Telugu, and Hindi. Feedback form. Please register on www.sadgurusangh.org and go in your login and give feedback. On the behalf of Sadhguru Sangh team, I would like to extend my gratitude to all the esteemed delegates. Thank you. Thank you so much.